I got big bones, you know. I got big bones.
If you're tall, it does work out for you. So going through his 8 movements.
Silat from the red corner.
And that's a Singapore representative, Mohammad Rizwan. And that's another first as well. The first one to give us quick movement. Otherwise, it's just been a nice, slow and easy display of those 8 movements. So here we have it into round 1. This will be our last event of the first session. Do not forget that after this, there will be a dinner break followed by the opening ceremony. And that's going to be quite grand. So you don't want to miss that. And that will be followed by 2 VIP matches. So we do hope you enjoyed the action up till now. This promises to be an entirely different match, because every single match has sprung a new surprise on us. And as we can see, our lad from Singapore is quite flamboyant with his start, while our lad from Malaysia has been more relaxed and calm. And that could very well be their contrasting styles as well, and we'll see that in action now.
But the Malaysian guy is huge, is bigger.
And that could also put you in an advantage if you can take him down, because that's exactly what Mohammad Rizwan just did. He used that to his advantage. And that goes both ways.
Valid drop for the blue corner.
Because the blue corner is heavy, you know.
He is.
He uses his body weight to get the momentum, you know.
It's almost like a takedown in judo, isn't it? You can use that, body mass to maneuver the whole movement. And there's an appeal there from
they dispute the fall.
Singapore.
Process together. Process is together. Proses jatuhan sama-sama. Jadi ini boleh tarik.
Was there a pull?
No, now pulling is allowed. Now grappling and pulling is allowed.
Except when there's a knee movement.
Yeah, because the new rules allow pulling. You know? But he complained about pulling, right?
So it's interesting. We've got another review here.
Because for the new rules, pulling is allowed. Maybe the VR see something different from us.
Possibly, possibly. So I think a lot of the athletes have actually gone back to their respective hotels or rooms after they finish the event. What is the rule behind that? I do remember that when there was a football event happening, that to be precise, it was the ASEAN Football Championship in December, and there were rules and regulations for that where the athletes were concerned. Are there similar rules and regulations in terms of the athlete being safe, going to the hotel room, coming back for the event?
It's the same protocol. Those they cannot mingle with others. They have their own special area to hang around, and they have to go wild.
It is. I mean, less fatal, but more infectious. That's what the count is. So, but we'll see an end to it. We'll see to an end to it. We humans are a resilient lot. And he's a bit shocked. He's asking for
the blue corner.
Oh, this was it.
Well, it was disputed, but I thought that Anak Nakang asked for the card to be pulled out, but the points were awarded to him. So, just trying to figure out what was the issue.
Because the wasit is giving the wrong person
the points.
The point. So the blue corner, like you telling the coaches protest.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they are going to have a review back again.
That's why the referee must be very alert, you know. If not, you get the coaches to come out the card just for nothing. You waste one card, you know.
I'm just beginning to think that the lighter ones are easier to handle.
Yeah.
they've had less. They've definitely had less stops.
Yeah.
You know, there's been more stops and starts with the more heavier ones.
But
I guess that also has to do with the movement and the force exerted. And
usually for the referees, the difficult one to manage or to control is the lighter one, because they move at lightning speed and they are very mobile. So it's very difficult to see all those punches, you know. But the heavier one is easier to manage because they are slow. So you can monitor their movement very easily. But why this last few event, a lot of stoppage? Because the referee didn't get the call right. So it forced the cornerman to
actually bring out the card.
You know, just this one, the referee give wrong fall. So he forced the opponent to raise the card
immediately, and I think that's
in the end stoppage.
Yeah. So it's such a fragile part of the.
Now the whole world is focusing on these two guys.
So that's such an important bit, isn't it? Because we're looking at the points which currently stand at
very close.
BILLAGE ANAK NAKANG, if his drop holds, it goes up to 6 points.
6 points,
yeah. And Mohammad RIZUAN, if that works in his favor, he will still have the lead. If his Malaysian counterpart doesn't get awarded that drop. So I think it's not going to be an easy task as far as the officials are concerned for this part of the game.
Yeah.
Or this part of the match, because we're still in round one. There's still 64 seconds left. And then there's still 2 more rounds to go.
Whoa. We must be very careful on this decision, because we must be seen or must be impartial. You know?
It has to be fair play, and it can be disputed.
Yeah, because everybody is watching.
Yeah, and it's all recorded, so
it's all recorded. Yeah. The video is on. Now, it's a drop. It's a drop.
And it's invalid.
Invalid.
So it's invalid for both. So
it's valid now. Oh, the red complaint. So the red complaint is unaccepted.
Unaccepted.
So the blue get the fall. Right? Because the red dispute, right?
Yeah.
So the red one, the dispute is invalid. So the blue get the points.
Invalid dropping.
Invalid.
Oh, invalid. Because the cross, yeah.
Because of the cross, yes.
Yeah.
So we're back down to 4-3.
4-3.
But this match will progress. And it's been high time that BILLAGE ANAK NAKANG and Mohammad Rizwan got back into action. He's gone in for the drop immediately. A quick takedown as well. And that was points awarded to Mohammad Rizwan.
Dispute again.
The Malaysian once again asking for the card to be
Dispute
pulled up.
again. We are still in the first round.
They're still in the first round. There's still 50 seconds. So don't forget, technicalities can also be a deciding factor. And they can also be a very important factor in deciding the outcome of a match. So if you thought that we were going to get this done with and dusted, it's not going to happen too fast. Because these lads do want to stay on in the arena for some period of time. It's just been a bit unfortunate for them because they haven't had too much of movement. We still have a lot of time left in this match. And well, just as we do know that, you know, the appeals can be shorter. Let's very quickly also remind you of the fact that this is the first time that we have an entirely new set of rules, and those changes, of course, are also on the path towards pushing Silat into the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's really the final destination.
Yeah, final
and so all these changes that are being instituted, Roz, right now are actually leading to that. There is a higher goal in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you need to qualify in the Olympics, you have to be professional in all aspects of the games.
But I love what I'm seeing today.
Yeah,
it's a very organized.
Very organized, yeah.
I'm not saying an organized event in terms of just the production or the live or, you know, the streaming, but I'm talking of the actuals happening in the arena.
The arena, yeah.
The contest itself is very well organized.
And all these rules system, Singapore is taking the lead. So the rest of the 5 founding nations, they are all learning from us. All the technologies, on the AVR, on the this. We are a respected country in this area, you know.
So that's a very good point to pull up, and it also boils down to when you talk about each one helping the other and learning from each other. I mean, you look at what Indonesia has done with you know, first being one of the main founders of the movement, and then them coaching Vietnam, and today Vietnam's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that support from the other countries, you know, tying in with Singapore, learning, going back and forth, and Singapore, of course, supporting the other countries. I think Silat is well on its way to becoming a much bigger sport than we would have imagined.
That's why in the first instance that I tell you that when the sport need to progress, other country need to win to feel like I can win it.
Yeah.
So if you don't input all those skills to this other nation, they are not interested because you play the game, only you can win. So why must I play your game?
True.
Yeah.
True. So this of course decision is also going to take a bit of time, and it's going to be interesting to figure out whether there will be any outcome to this which favors the appeal.
Yeah.
And the appeal comes in from Malaysia this time.
From Malaysia, yeah.
I can't help but just feel, well, just a tad bit bad for the athletes, because this really puts
actually the instruction is that you cannot take too long to decide on the AVR because it will put everybody down, not only the pesilat, the audience, the spectator, everything, all the mood goes down, you know. So they must do it fast. They must get it done with and proceed.
And out of the way.
Yeah.
But I guess, as you were saying there, as you can see it on screen, that also is very important.
Yeah, it's dropped. Yeah, blue get the point.
So it's been a successful appeal finally for BILLAGE ANAK NAKANG. He should be a happy man.
Yeah.
He's had, you know,
Oh,
two
there
balls
you
he
see,
asked for.
he about to give the wrong
drop
again.
for the blue corner.
So I think, well, he's just confused between the colors. So 6 points is where the Malaysian athlete is, and Mohammad Rizwan is on 5.
Oh,
It looks like another successful drop.
For
the blue corner have the weight advantage, you know.
So he can hold his ground, but only when he reads when Mohammad Rizwan is actually coming at him.
Yeah.
I think when he reads that movement, that's when it makes it easy for him to effect a takedown.
He's using his body weight to pull the red corner down, you know.
Not this time, says Mohammad Rizwan. He's got a smile for that too.
AVR again.
So 14 seconds left in round 1.
Okay, this
And we've got another appeal and another call.
this one, the call for BAR is not by the cornerman, but by the KP. The KP.
So it's a main official who's basically called for
who asking the referee to call for AVR. Usually, you see, the cornerman will ask for.
Well, I'm saying this, Ross. If everyone gets their chance and you and me get our chance to make a call too. I'm just going to sneak out at some point and steal us 2 cards and come back. 1 color each. Well, just as you thought that these 2 lads were getting back into it, they were so, you know, hyped up. And it's standing at 6, you know, 6 apiece. So now I'm trying to speculate about round 2 and 3.
For what I see, for this match, the red corner cannot get close to the blue corner because the blue corner is heavy. You know, if he get hold of you,
he can pull you down.
You pull down. So the blue corner is fast. His slide is nimble. So he must adopt the hit and run. You know, get those 2 points back off.
That's a very, very important point to make, because I do realize that even when it comes to the drop, and when you said you're facing someone who's slightly maybe a little more sturdier, I'm not even going to say heavier, but sturdier, it just becomes difficult if you do not effect a fall. So this one swings in favor of Mohammad Rizwan. If you do not effect a fall within that stipulated time of a few seconds, you're actually giving the opponent time to maintain their balance or to steady their ground, no? Right? So it has to be quick, not just for the points, has to be quick also for the actual move to be executed.
Yeah.
Very drop for the red corner.
And Mohammad Rizwan has 9 points.
Yeah. The red corner is fast, you know, because he's lighter and nimble, right?
And you're so right about that. You know, I think you termed it beautifully, Ross. Hit and run. That's the first positive hit and run that I've seen. Finally, so round 1 done. And Mohammad Rizwan, you know, has finished off with the 10 points. So 4 points ahead of his Malaysian counterpart. And I think that's really what was needed. You needed to see some result to the first round, get it done with. No more appeals, and maybe round 2 and 3 might just go smooth sailing.
Now, if there is contention, the coaches cannot appeal anymore. So they are using the card is.
The cards are done.
Yeah.
All their cards are on the table.
They open up all their cards.
So what happens if there's a misdemeanor now and they want to appeal? They can't.
They can't. Only the KP, the games chairman, he have to make the call. He can make the call, or the The referee can make the
himself.
call, yeah. That should be a penalty.
It should be.
In the face. In the face, you know.
It's a word there from... I don't think the referee himself was interested in carrying it for too long. Not much damage. So Mohammad Rizwan himself was willing to go. Very nicely done.
Nicely done.
Very, very nicely done.
Barely dropped.
Waited for the opportune moment. Caught Anak Nakang just off guard.
Yeah.
And
hold the leg and just he kicked the standing leg down. You know.
Very basic but very effective.
Very effective.
Just timing, I guess. Just timing.
Oh, now he
Well, this time it's an eye for an eye, certainly.
Yeah.
Barely dropped for the blue.
The Malaysian
corner.
athlete, of course, did wait his time out. He's still behind on the points, but there's a good chance of this turning into a fair fight. It's still 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this round. And both athletes very much a picture of concentration. The referees waved that away.
You see, if you are heavy, you get tired easily. Right?
You do. You do. It's the stamina part is so important.
For the blue corner.
But it looks like Anak Nakang could have got a point, but is that their last card?
Yeah.
Blue corner hit the neck.
Hit the neck.
Well, I don't think... If you ask me, it looks like Mohammad Rizwan just wants to get on with this match. I don't think he's really keen. As long as it doesn't hurt him, he's fine with it.
But because he fall,
he did.
So the coaches want to save him 3 points.
And that's so important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's got a fair lead.
That's right. If he get 3 points, he 15. But if valid he punch at the face,
he'll get a deduction.
Another one, so total 4 points.
That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. So round 2, 42 seconds left. Let's remind you that it is Mohammad Rizwan bin Mohammad Razak of Singapore who's facing off with BILLAGE Anak Nakang of Malaysia, and it's a match. That's all I'm going to say. It's a match. Every match, I did say, has had its fair share of elements that have been thrown into the spotlight, and these athletes work very, very hard to get where they are. There's a lot of concentration, a lot of pain, and a lot of sacrifices. And I think Roz, as Silat practitioner and virtuoso himself, he did highlight that very clearly to us earlier. There are sacrifices, and these sacrifices tend to be a lot more with the ladies than with the lads. But for the lads going forward, or even for the ladies going forward today, we do know that in Singapore, professional Silat or spec scholars, they have really a career for themselves.
Yeah.
It's not like in the good old days where you managed being a cricketer and a tennis player or a footballer or a Silat and being a teacher or working in a food restaurant or a chef or whatever. But today there is promise.
Full time, yeah.
If you have the dedication and the skill and the hard work, and you're going to get the support here in Singapore.
Most of these people, they're all ex-athlete. Now they are working for the Silat Federation.
And that's fascinating.
That guy who checking the AVR is the former SEA Games gold medalist.
Lovely.
So now he's working for the Silat Federation as an official,
And what better than an actual
fighter,
championship athlete to know
the rules,
the rules,
the games. Even Sheikh Alauddin is the former world champion. Now he's leading the the Silat Federation. That means
absolutely, and
he
he's
knows
put in a lot of work.
what he's doing. He knows what he's doing because he's a former athlete. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah. And saw the offspring.
Yeah.
We got a view of one of them today, who's very popular, of course, with the youth in Singapore. So Silat is not really one of those sports where it takes a bad athlete to make a good coach.
Yeah.
It's one where you need a good athlete to be a good coach. Very few times in other sports do you have top players who become then top coaches. It's just 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000, or
Most of them, the coaches, they are all ex-athletes.
I guess they know the drill better than anyone else.
Yeah. You look at the eyes, you know. Just focus on the screen. Focus.
It's an exercise for the officials too. I don't know if you remember, but if you ever looked at, the good old tennis games, and they take a wide angle shot, and you'd see the heads move from left to right, and you wouldn't realize it when watching a match because you're actually watching it, you're doing it yourself, right? But when you look at
subconscious,
you look at the highlights of the replay, and you're like, I didn't know we did that.
You did that, yeah.
And that's been waved off, so Mohammad Rizwan's appeal will not hold.
Not hold, yeah.
Which means his Malaysian opponent is still very much in this contest. And is he asking for another card?
The fall. Yeah, he's asking for the fall.
I think his
that
points
is illegal.
Have held. It looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah, the referee, they'll blow. It's illegal shot. When you hit at the thigh, you must follow up with one more punch.
Yeah.
If one single hit, it's illegal.
And that's going to be called, so Mohammad Rizwan might...
See, the chairman explaining to him. Because now they are out of cards. See, VR again.
So it's the VR again, and this is going to be interesting. Because this time it's the call from...
Single hit, yeah. It's a penalty.
It's a call from the main official.
Yeah. And he did twice, you know. Palm. The referee never see. He do it again. Very important, the referee to notice all these illegal shots, you know.
How much do they have to do in terms of preparation, the referees, besides the fact that they have medical checkups? And what about the rules and regulations? Do they have exams or upgrading for that?
For them to get the license, they must go through exams. Then yesterday, before the game start, half day, they have refresher course, train all the rules together down there.
Okay.
So we sat down, we set the rules clear.
Yeah.
Today we start the tournament.
And which makes perfect sense actually, doesn't it? Because you do want
to have... Because all the referees come from all over the world.
Yeah.
Then we must let everybody know the present rules. What is it?
Yeah. So it's a key part in refreshing the officials is, do you think that it's also going to take the referees and the officials, on the line, a bit of time to adjust to the new rules, or have they had adequate time to have adjusted to the changes?
Oh yeah, before yesterday, all the members of the Silat Federation, the Persilat means the international, all the respective association have been trained. Then all the new set of rules, the booklet, all distributed to every members. So when their official come, their juries come, we train them again on the new rules. So make sure they are refreshed of the new rule.
Excellent.
So when today come, they all cannot say that they don't know the rules, because yesterday
they've all had a
they
refresh.
all have a refresh.
So Singapore, of course, wins this appeal.
Yeah.
And it goes in their favor.
This guy will get deducted the point.
And there will be a points deduction for BILLAGE ANAK
There cannot.
NAKANG.
It's 5 point. Yeah.
Warning 1 given to the blue corner.
See, 5 point.
And that's a hefty call, because now we're looking at 17-7. Mohammad Rizwan's lead now is 10 points ahead. Keep in mind the fact that we've got just a little over about 15 seconds odd left in round 2. Well, just a bit surprising, he wasn't able to take down Mohammad Rizwan, who held his own here.
Yeah, it's like.
Just a very quick question. You do have, of course, in most in most sports, and we're pretty much at the end of we're at the end of round 2. So Mohammad Rizwan now with a comfortable lead. He's 12 points ahead of his opponent, who's on 9 points. Wanted to check with you, Roz, on the guards, and you normally have therapeutic stuff that you wear, whether it's tape that you strap up around your joints, or you have guards for the knees. You have. How important is it to make sure that there's no projectile or object that can stick out or cause the opponent any sort of harm? Is that all checked when you, like if you have something like an ankle brace or a knee brace? How strict is it with the officials when they check what you're wearing?
Before the athletes come to the arena, there's the pat down area. So when they go through the pat down area before they enter the arena, the referee will do the pat down on the ankles, on the fingernails. Fingernails must be short, The padding, you must wear ball guards. And all the padding should be soft. Cannot be metal padding. So they go through the pat down area. So when they come inside, it's already all being checked.
That's another drop that we're looking at in round 3. Now brimming with confidence, Mohammad Rizwan.
A smile in the face here now.
He knows he's in the driver's seat, but can he hold on? That's a big one. Because remember, it's ANAK NAKANG who will get the points for this. It's really boiling down to this, isn't it? It's against strength and speed. That's the two elements that are against each other here in this match. Mohammad Rizwan very clearly relying on the pace factor. And ANAK NAKANG, he's got the strength. It's been a while before he... Oh, it did affect a very good drop.
When he gets hold of you, you will fall.
That's exactly what you mentioned earlier. You don't want to come into his clutches.
Yes.
So this is a crucial round. Of course, he's still 10 points behind. And if he has to bring the goods to this match, ANAK NAKANG will have to put in
what
everything
he's doing,
possible.
He's moving around. Stop engaging him, moving around, moving. Yes, see?
And
because the time is moving.
The time will run down. 44 seconds.
Because you are leading.
He's just got to hold on. He knows that.
No more card. You're asking for the card. Because he tell the it's a drop, right?
Yeah.
He's asking for the card.
Oh, well, I think he signified that he had a hit to the face.
Yeah.
It looks like there was an impact to the face.
Yeah. But these coaches have no more cards, you know. If these coaches still have the cards, they can ask for the.
It would have worked in his favor, but it looks like he did get an impact. And this really has been the longest event of all the matches we've had today. There's been an injury too. 36 seconds left in round 3. Very clearly, it's Mohammad Rizwan bin Mohammad Razak who leads by 10 points over BILLAGE ANAK NAKANG of Malaysia. So it's the Singapore athlete who's got that 10-point lead. 36 seconds left, and it's really left to be seen which of these two athletes will pull a victory. In the driver's seat currently, the Singapore representative, Mohammad Rizwan. Time is running out, and that would pretty much almost seal the deal.
Valid draw for the red corner.
So 13 points ahead now. And how important is speed and agility? How important is that?
Very important, you see. Now the blue one is panting. He's out.
Well, his only moves that he can rely on to pull in the points are
when I get hold of you.
Yeah, but he's still 10 points behind, and now we've got just about 4, 3, 2. It certainly looks like Mohammad Rizwan's going to cap this off, and that's exactly what he does. It could have been a better fight had it not been for so many stops. But Mohammad Rizwan bin Mohammad Razak of Singapore wins this event with 30 points in the bag. BILLAGE ANAK NAKANG of Malaysia on 20. What a finish finally, and more power to the Singapore athlete for putting in his best. More power to the Malaysian athlete for his resilience. So here we